So, welcome everyone, welcome my dear guests, welcome our dear participants to our today's online information session with 3 universities. To be specific, 3 German universities. Our guests for today are the University of Karlsruhe, Karlsruhe University of Applied Science, the University of Offenburg, and the University of Passau. My name is Henda Habesi, and I'm pleased to be here with you all. I'll be presenting today our original office here in Tunis. Our office is responsible for the 4 countries, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, and Morocco. And I will be also moderating the session for today. So, dear participants, welcome once again. I would like to inform you that our information session is an interactive session, so you can ask your questions. Please, you will have the opportunity to ask them in written in the chat box, and at the end of our session, once the 3 universities represent their study programs, we will do a small Q&A session where we ask or moderate the questions, and the 3 universities will be happy to answer them. Okay, so the chat box will stay open for the whole session. You can write there your questions, and if you have faced a technical problem, please try to check the settings from your side. And if it's a general technical problem, we will try to solve them from our side. I would like also to inform you that our session is recorded. Still, you need to stay so you can get your the opportunity to ask your questions and get an answer to them. So the recording will be posted later on our YouTube channel. Once the recording is available, we will also inform you on our YouTube on our Facebook page. DAAD Tunisie. The name is in French, but it is the same name for the Facebook page and YouTube channel. So, I will not take much of your time. I would like to start with the first university, the Karlsruhe University, which will be represented by Professor Alphonse Klein, professor for Power Electronics and Director of the Study Program for Bachelor Electrical Engineering and Information Technology. He will provide you an overview about the international Bachelor Study Program in Electrical Engineering and Information Technology in Karlsruhe University, Germany. So, please, Professor, you have already shared your screen, just the projection of your...
Welcome.
Perfect.
Hopefully everyone can see my screen. Is it possible? Yes.
Yes,
okay.
Perfectly.
Yes. Then it's my honor to introduce our bachelor program, which is called Electrical Engineering and Information Technology here in Karlsruhe. We are located in the federal state of Baden-Württemberg. This is in the south of Germany, southwest near the French border. You see here a starting presentation, the students sitting in front of our new technical education building and engineering building. This is from our faculty. And what you might consider with Karlsruhe is what is Karlsruhe invention is the bicycle. It was once invented here in Karlsruhe. So Karlsruhe is not only the city in which the automobile was invented, but also the bicycle, just to tell it to you. Yes, and what I'm the program director of this study program. And let's start. I would like to tell you a little bit why is it a good idea to study in Germany, why we think that we are a good university. Of course, there are many other good universities, and we are one of them. And I would like to tell you a bit about our degree program, also master program, which can follow up after that. And in the end of all 3 sessions, we will have a Q&A session. So welcome to my presentation here. Let's start. So as I told you before, we are located in the southwest of Germany, near the French border, 1.5 hours away from Frankfurt International Airport. So we are a technical region, metropolitan region, many companies around near the Black Forest. So beautiful landscape, not far away, but also technical oriented, international town, 200,000, 250,000 inhabitants here in Karlsruhe, a university city also with 40,000 students. Give you some impression about our city. So it's centrally located around our castle. It's a relative young city, only 300 years old. And what is Karlsruhe stands for? It's a technical-oriented city, a city of research, a big university, the big research university, KIT. We are the smaller brother, the HKA, so the University of Applied Sciences with nearly 7,000 students. We have, you see some impression of our cities here. So near the Rhine River Valley. We have a high living quality here. It's a city of culture, creativity. We have a very good public transportation system, so all our students get free public transportation. The city can be seen very good by bicycles, so it's very bicycle friendly. And here are many well-known companies located around. Just to give you an impression, so maybe you have seen some of the companies here before, not only the big one like the Bosch or Audi or Siemens. Siemens, for instance, has its headquarters of automation engineering here in Karlsruhe, and also not to forget Mercedes-Benz. Its largest lorry or factory, it's located 15 kilometers away from Karlsruhe on the other side of the Rhine River. And there are many companies which are really world leading in their fields, but maybe they are not so known so much. This is important to know that we have cooperation with these companies because our students in the 5th semester have to do an internship, and therefore it's good to have good connection to companies. You see our building. So this is our engineering building, and another part, I'm sitting just right here in this building here. And we have big halls of laboratories, 18 altogether here in our faculty. They're important because what we say is education here at the HKA, University of Applied Science, means you have lectures and laboratories. So you bring things into practice. This is a big difference we try to offer to you. Some figures here, 7,000 students, long tradition, many bachelor programs, many master programs, and we are one faculty here in electrical engineering and information technology. Our program, coming more into details. So it's 100% in English language. It implies electronics, control, computing, natural sciences. It's a 7-semester program. What you have to bring with you to start is an A1 German language certificate. We only start once in winter semester, and we have about 30 places to offer. And last year we started with 40, and we have already 5 years of experience, and we have good feedback of our students here. What does it mean to study at the University of Applied Sciences? Bringing things into practice, that it is. It can be a little bit compared to an engineering school. And it's good to know that in Germany, about 2/3 of the engineers have been once educated at the University of Applied Sciences. So this is most of the biggest part of engineers coming from universities like ours. It's more oriented, it can be compared a little bit to an engineering school. So in our classes, we have about, starting in the beginning, 30, 40 students, and later higher semesters, depends on subject, only 5, sometimes 10 students. It's very close, so we know our students. This is what we are good in. We are close to industry networks, so it's important to us to have the cooperation. Give you an impression. I would like to start a small video. Hopefully it's louder, maybe you can see a little bit some impression. Students here, this is our lab of digitalization or Nachrichtentechnik, information theory. We have a lab of renewable energies. We see PV models tested. We have our own wind turbine on roof for renewable energies. This is my lab of power electronics, so I know this. We have a higher voltage lab So, and the students you have seen here, she has done her PhD, and we have a lab of automation because we are a city of Siemens, and that must be true here. Then what can we see next? A lab of robotics and automation. And you can sure that if you have a lecture, you will also have the lab. We care about environmental protection, so we have courses about this topics. And let's follow up. Sensor technology is part of our specializations. And you see a student with a project work. You have seen there here. This is in my lab, also inductive power transfer done in my lab of power electronics. And we care about electromobility. So we have many fields to offer. And yeah, a big variety of different fields. Maybe I can stop this here to continue. Our program, it's a 7-semester program. It's given here the English taught one program. We have also one in German, so we have the same areas. And we have also started a new one, artificial intelligence in engineering, but this one is in German. So what we can offer to you, we have established like helping centers to help students to get started, especially in mathematics or the fundamentals of electronics, because we have seen have often problems to get into the topics, and we offer these possibilities to our students. These learning centers help you. You can just go there. We have persons there. They are paid to help you to bring you on track. You can see our contents in details if you have a closer look in your module handbook. I can encourage you to go inside. So starting first with some fundamentals in semester 1 and 2, and then semester 3 and 4 going more deeper inside. The 5th semester, it's a practical training or an internship, which is done in industry. 6th semester, it's a theory semester, and the last semester, it's also mostly done in industry. It's a semester of the bachelor thesis. We have 2 fields of emphasis: automation, robotics, and information technologies. Yeah, I would like to give some statements of students. I think this is interesting because they have studied here.
Engineering, because I'm a very curious person. And to me, before starting the studies, it all looked like black magic. And I really wanted to delve into the details of the technology.
The biggest difference between the HKA and other universities is the emphasis on practical application. In my study course, for example, almost every lecture has its own lab, where you get to take the theory from the lecture and put it into practice.
What I really liked about studying here in Karlsruhe is the fact that the city is both surrounded by nature and industrial companies. Plus, being located at the heart of Europe, you can enjoy traveling in the neighboring European countries. You can do so also with the help of the huge student community, which will help you create unforgettable memories during your studies.
Yeah, this statement maybe is interesting because the students you have lastly seen is now at TI company in Munich. So he has been one of the first students who finished his studies here. Yeah, you can see an overview of our contents, fundamentals, topics in the semester 1 and 2. And what's interesting, you have language in parallel. Language semester 1, 2, and semester 3 is also language. So to learning German, this is interesting. You are forced to learn German inside our program, and we have the language center for this. Let's see about the language. We have intensive courses and we have courses during the semester, and our goal is to bring you up to level B2 so that you are able to enter German industry with German. Some impression about projects. So our students have to do project works, and you see things like that they have done here. For instance, here RD2, you know, from Star Wars. Yeah, we have also master programs which can follow it up, a German program, but also an English program, sensor system technology, and a new one started in artificial intelligence, but this one is in German. Our English master sensor system technology program has 25 years of experience, so also 25 places, also interesting study field. And last but not least to say you have to apply by the 15th of September, but the earlier you start with the application, the better it is, and just email us. So that are we, so you see me on the left and our secretary on the right. Just email us if you have questions. So you're very warmly invited to email us. And I just can stop to say we have many experience here with our programs. And yeah, what I can say, many positive feedbacks. And now last semester, 40 students started, and I think they're mostly satisfied with their program. So thank you for your attendance and
thank you,
attention.
Professor. Thank you very much for the interesting presentation. We have 3 more minutes for your slot.
Oh.
I also I would like to invite our participants to write their question in the chat box. I have received some in private, so I will read the first question. The first question is about the job fairs. Do you offer or organize job fairs in your universities?
Yes, we have a general job fair in our university twice a year, where companies are presented and the human resource parts are there in presence. So we have this fairs. Yes, we have them.
Okay, I got a second question from Mohammed. He said, sorry, I need to scroll a bit. Okay, are the German courses you are offering included, or the fees for the German courses you mentioned included in the fees of the application or in the fees of the program?
Yes, it's important to say we have a tuition fee that is 1,500 euros per semester. So this is our governmental policy, and this includes everything. So every courses is included, also the language courses.
Okay, and from Islam, what are the entry requirements for the IT masters, please? Thank you.
Okay, this is interesting because we are not IT masters, but I think what you have to do, then you have to be able to speak German, like B2 level. This is a German program, IT masters. If you mean our sensor system technology masters, therefore you need a bachelor degree, and it's an English program.
Okay, thank you. One last question. Is there a possibility to transfer a fraction of credits to apply for Hochschule Karlsruhe when applying to complete studies here? For example, if student has already 180 credits in Tunisian unit, instead, for example, can he transfer and begin studies from the 2nd or 3rd year?
Yes, it is possible, but to get our degree, you have to study at least 1 year in theory here, so at least 3 semesters, because we do not want to award students who have mostly of their time spent at another university with our degree. So 2 semesters here in theory, and your contents get recognized, but we check it. So if it's the same content, then yes. And we have many students who have done this way.
Okay, thank you, Professor. We got more questions in the chat box, but I'm afraid that I will leave them for a Q&A session later on. And we will pass now for our second guest, the Offenburg University, with Ms. Vera Vanier. She is the director of the graduate school in Offenburg University, and she will introduce you today the international degree programs in Offenburg. So, Ms. Vanier, the floor is yours, please. Can you activate your microphone? Sie sind auf Stumm.
Yeah, so now it's working. I'm sorry, I had some problems with the technical issues today. So yeah, thank you for the introduction. Can you see my screen? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, so I would like to welcome you to Hochschule Offenburg. Professor Klönne already did a great part of my introduction because we are very close one to each other. It's about 40 kilometers from Karlsruhe. So just to say some words about our region, as Mr. Klöner already did. So we are in the southwestern part of Germany, near France and Switzerland. And well, it was already mentioned that we are very close to France, but all the other big cities in Europe are really very close. So for example, to go to Paris from Offenburg, you have a direct train and you will reach it in 2.5 hours, which is the same for Karlsruhe. Then, for example, to go to Italy, it's not far away. And well, so we are very well situated, and it's the warmest region also from Germany. Already mentioned also our economic situation in the southwest. We are one of Germany's strongest economic regions, and we have a lot of hidden champions. So I just put a list with names that you maybe don't know, but these are really interesting companies and offering a lot of internships and possibilities to do the master thesis or bachelor thesis at their sites. So you can check it out if you want to. You will have the presentation later on and have a look. Yes, and our region is called the Black Forest. You may heard about it because our cake, the Black Forest cake, is very well known. At the moment, if you were here, you could see these masks on the right side. Because we have carnival season now, and this is really a very nice season in the southwest because it's very traditional and yeah, very nice. So let's talk about Offenburg University. We are a small university. We have at the moment around 3,800 students. 30% of them are international students. We are very good in research. We have a lot of research institutes, and we are working very close together with the companies in the surroundings. So they do research with us together. We have also the possibility to do PhD at our university, and well, we have we were funded in 1964. Our university has 4 departments. You can see them here: electrical engineering, informatics and medical technology, mechanical engineering and process engineering, media, and business. And what may be the most interesting for you is that we have 6 English taught master's degrees. We were one of the first universities of applied sciences who started with a English taught master, even with a master. That was communication and media engineering, the second one on my list. And after that, we put some more on our list. And yeah, you can see them here. Biotechnology and process engineering are double degrees with Poland. So you start in Poland or in Germany, it's up to you. And you will then do the second semester in the other country, and in the third semester your master's degree. These are also double degrees running since several years, so we are very experienced, and it's well working with this double university system. You can also find enterprise and IT security, international business consulting, and renewable energy and data engineering on our list. We don't have an English taught bachelor degree, but we will start with mechanical systems engineering taught in English this October. So the application is open hopefully next week. And as some of you may be also French speakers, I put another program here. I'm the coordinator of this program also. It's a German, French, Swiss bachelor degree in electrical engineering and information technology. So a triple degree. It was created in 2009 and we are very well experienced and une bonne équipe. Maybe some keywords to describe our university. Practical relevance, also Miss Professor Klöner already mentioned. And yeah, we have a small student-teacher ratio. That means that you really know our professors, the staff, and everyone well here at university, which makes a familiar situation, hopefully for everyone. We have interdisciplinary collaboration and very individual support for international students. I will give some examples later on. Yes, and as I said already, you can also do your PhD at Hochschule Offenburg. 11 research institutes, you find the list here, but we have a lot more of research topics for sure, but they are not all organized in an institute. Here are some student projects, and well, we put our world champions and these kind of projects here just to attract you. But well, they are very well known, and all students are very welcome to join these projects and work together with students from other subjects, areas, and with the professors for sure. And another thing that I would like to mention is that we have created the European University Alliance with 8 other European universities. You can see the flags on this picture. And well, this gives our students the opportunity to have a lot of mobility opportunities, long-term, short-term, blended internships, or we're going to create other joint degrees which will be in English, I think, because otherwise it's not possible to work together with all these languages we have. Some practical information about studying at Offenburg. This is 6 is missing. So the online application just started in January and goes until 31st of March 2026. I put the 6, but well, it's gone. So you should have completed 8 semesters of your bachelor degree. That means 210 ECTS to apply. You can find also the English requirements here, and B2 level is also if you choose, for example, the German, French, Swiss program. It's always B2 level that we would like to have. Tuition fee were already mentioned, 1,500 euro per semester, and administrative fee 320 euro. And our intensive course, which is held in September, just before the lectures start, costs 310 euro. So for living, we calculate 992, which is also the amount you normally should have in your blocked account if you come to Germany. So, well, yeah, it's not much, but it's enough to live here. our support services, which we are very proud of, because we have, for example, accommodation service. That means we will contact you during the registration period and before arrival and try to find an accommodation for you so that you know where to live when you arrive at Offenburg. We also put you in contact with our buddies, so senior students, and they will also contact you before arrival, come to pick you up at the station when you arrive at Offenburg, bring you to your accommodation, and try to give you some administrative help also for all this paperwork which you will have to do when you arrive in Germany. And maybe let me point out our senior service, which are elder people from Offenburg, and they would love to do some private excursions with you, help you with applications, for example, do some private training, language training with you, or just make maybe some sport activities with you. So if you want to, they are here for you, and we always organize get-togethers so that you can know them and maybe join them. Okay, so just to summarize, we have English taught programs, teaching in small groups. You will have intercultural experiences for sure inside your study program because our students are coming from all over the world, and for sure with the German culture. We have comprehensive and individual services and excellent career opportunities. Our cultural program, just to give you an impression of our what we're doing besides studies with our students, for example, snow excursions, some hiking trips, and intercultural evening, which is the opportunity to our students to present their home countries. So that's all from my side. Hope to see some of you then in Offenburg. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fanny. It was interesting. You still have 3 more minutes also. So I will get to the questions that we received in the chat box from Big Deal. Is the university accommodation available? So can we get back to this point?
Yes, I think so. Well, for Germany it is, as we are in a small city, it's between 290 euro up to 400 euro for a room or a very small apartment maybe.
Okay, thank you. From Emna, she said, and for master. Please, Emna, specify your question so we can answer it. So I got another question. It is also a private. For the German, French, Swiss program, which level of languages do you require?
Well, it's always B2, as I said. For example, if you apply at our university, you have to have test DAF with a grade 4 or DSH, for example, 2. So these are some references, but if you want to know more, then please write me and I will answer you for sure.
Okay, thank you. From Islam, can you elaborate a bit about the enterprise and IT security and its entry requirement, please? Thank you.
Well, I have to have a look on the website also, but well, for sure you have to have done a bachelor degree in informatics. You have to have a good GPA and English knowledge of TOEFL, IBT, as it was mentioned on my presentation, IBT 79, I think. Well, these are the requirements, and the professor asks you for a motivation letter so that you can see why you want to study in it.
Okay. One last question. Is it possible to apply in the right period and after the deadline I will complete the IELTS certificate?
Yes,
Okay, thank you for your answer. Now we will pass to our the third university, the University of Passau, which will be represented by Ms. Louise Hack, International Coordinator at the Faculty for Computer Science and Mathematics. And she has brought a little surprise for you, a student from the Passau University, Ms. Beru, and she will tell you more about her experience. So, Ms. Hack, the floor is yours. You can share your screen with us. Thank you. You may start, please.
Yeah, you should be able to see my slides now. Excellent. Thank you for the introduction and welcome also from my side. As the international coordinator at the Faculty for Computer Science and Mathematics, I'm in charge of admissions, onboarding, and student support. And Neha, who is here with me today, she's a student in the Masters of Computer Science, rather at the end, let's say her last semester. And she will share some insights on what it's like to study in Passau a little later. We do have a variety of programs. I will introduce you to our 3 English taught masters and 2 English taught bachelors today, and what it's like to study in Passau in general. Passau, as opposed to the 2 other universities who have presented themselves before, is on the southeastern part of Germany. So the city is located directly at the border to Austria, and it's also very close to the Czech Republic. And on this small map, you can see Nuremberg, Munich, Prague, Vienna. They are all reachable with public transport, so buses or trains, in 2.5 to 3 hours. And the city itself is not very big, so we have 55,000 inhabitants, more or less. And what makes Passau very special is that we have 3 rivers, and the university campus is located just at the river. So the whole campus is very close by, and in case you have to relocate from one building to the other, or you go to the library or the refectory, you will just have a walk at the riverside, and it's very beautiful. On this slide, you can also see we have a big sports venue where all students can use the facilities, indoors and outdoors, gym, and also all kind of sports courses, from Indian dance to underwater rugby or rowing. So if you do sports, you will also find a lot of opportunities there. Around 20% of the people living in Passau are actually students. So that's why we are proud to say we are a city of students. And we are also very happy that we have been voted for the most beautiful university campus in Germany. It's really just a walk of some minutes to go to Passau city center with all shopping and facilities, and also the campus, everything is very close by, which also translates to short distances when talking to people from administration or professors or so, and you will really meet everyone very easily. Luckily, we also get positive feedback and excellent rankings. We are among the younger universities in Germany. We have been founded in 1978, so it's going to be 50 years while you study, most likely. And we have a strong international focus, which is represented by more than 250 partner universities worldwide and around 1,800 international students from really all the countries, basically, or more than 100. Yeah, so in general, excellent conditions to study. And now, what do you want to study here? We have 40 degree programs at our 5 faculties, bachelor's and master's, and the different fields of studies, which are not only computer science and mathematics, but also social sciences, language, cultural sciences, media studies, business management, digitalization, and law and teacher, which is education, which is typically rather national, but yeah, we offer all of these. And as opposed to the universities in Baden-Württemberg, we do not have tuition fees. There is a service fee that everyone has to pay, which is currently around 125 euros per semester. And it will also include the semester ticket for the buses in Passau and also give you access to very cheap prices in the cafeterias and the Mensa. And this fee is for the student union, which is also the organization that runs the dormitories, the student housing in town. Yeah, and as you can see on this slide, we have several English taught programs on the master's and bachelor level in basically all our departments. And I would now like to introduce specifically the ones at our faculty, which, by the way, you can see here in this picture. The Master in Computer Science is, so to say, our oldest program. It was the first master's that was introduced in English already in 2014. And it has top rankings in the CHE ranking. And in all our programs, when you click on the link here, which will be available in the slides later, you will always find a very well comprised profile page for the program, where you can find all the information on what it's like to study, how you can apply for it. There's also testimonials, the module catalog, and all necessary email information and contacts at one place. In our computer science master, which will allow you to understand all important topics in computer science and prepare you for working in this domain, you have the option to then also focus on topics that you are most interested in. You will not have to take the decision about your focus area right away. You can just start studying and then see which ones interest you the most. And these topics also represent the areas of expertise and also the research done by our professors. So they are focusing on these different aspects. And for the computer science master, we have several double degree options. As you've already heard, double degree typically means that you study some time at one university and then you switch to the other. And typically you get a degree from both or them together, depending a little bit on the program specifically. And in computer science, we have two programs that are French with the NCE in Paris and the INSA Lyon. And we are also very happy to have the programs with Subcom and C. And I don't speak French, so pardon my pronunciation, but I'm pretty sure you know these institutions. For the Tunisian students from these two universities, typically you study 4 years in Tunisia and then you come to the University of Passau as an exchange student and complete your studies here. And for the two programs in France, you will start here or there and then spend the second year at the other university. And we are also very happy to introduce a new program focusing on software and data engineering together with the renowned and really very well established Charles University in Prague, which is English taught. In general, our masters take at least 2 years, depends on your own pace, but the standard study period is 2 years for our masters at our university. If you want to focus a little bit more right from the beginning, we also do have masters in artificial intelligence engineering that has been introduced 5 years ago, and it is really digging deep into the theory and technology behind artificial intelligence. So It's combining mathematics and computer science and cross-disciplinary, so you have a very deep understanding of this. And also we will have a double degree option in the future here. The third English taught masters is our mathematics masters, also with an upcoming double degree option. And here, as you can see in the focus areas available, there are the big topics in mathematics, but also some overlapping topics like cryptography or data analysis and data management, more towards the computer science, and maybe also some minors from the more economics area. And this program also comes with the key competences and language section, where you can also do some modules in soft skills and English or German language. Yeah, and then we have two English taught bachelor programs, the Artificial Intelligence program that is now in its first batch. And here it's not necessary to have German language skills before you start the program. But as you've also heard in the other examples, German is integrated in the program. Because we are also very well convinced that learning German, especially in a bachelor's, will give you much more easier access to the job market and also help you in your everyday living. As an admission criteria for masters, you need to have completed a bachelor's. Here, in addition to your school, you need to take a higher education aptitude test, and the general subject restricted university entrance qualification differs a little bit from country to country. So ANABIN database is a very good source here, and also the FAQs from UniAssist if you want to look this up in detail. And here we have all the basic topics that are necessary or important for artificial intelligence, from programming, working with data and algorithms, and also the mathematical foundations for that. And then you can also apply them in machine learning or knowledge engineering projects. And we are going to have an English taught bachelor's program in mathematics, which the first application period will be now in summer for everyone to start in October. And the program has existed in German for a very long time now, and is now offered in English. And here with the mathematics bachelor, you might maybe work in finance or IT or research and development, or you can also continue with the masters. And there will be a specific webinar with our colleagues from the communications department and the professor in charge of the program on the 23rd of February. So if you're interested in this specific program, please go and attend this. Yeah, and how to apply. So we have a very useful interactive application guide that if you select the program that you want to study and where you're from, it will give you all the steps, all the requirements, also indicate whether you can apply directly at our university or will use the service by UniAssist. And there's FAQs, so it's really very well established, and all the questions that we get, we always make sure that they are there. For the masters, the application periods are twice a year, so always from April to May or November to December. So for starting in summer, everyone had to apply now before Christmas. And for the bachelors, you can only start in October, and there the application period also starts in April, and this should be open until mid-July. The requirements are documents in English or German. Depending on the program, you will always get a list of necessary documents. And some study programs have more specific requirements, but typically it's the ones that you see here on the slides. And we have added some useful links here so you can have a look for the requirements. And now I will pass on to Neha, who can share a little bit with you what it's like to study in Passau. So it's not only about papers and classes, but also real life questions.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I'm currently doing Masters in Computer Science and I'm in my 4th semester and I'm currently working on my thesis. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about my experience and maybe a little bit about why you should be studying in Passau. So firstly, Passau is a beautiful, beautiful city and it's called the City of Three Rivers. And it is also like along the campus. So campus is also very beautiful. And we have this place called Invisa and it's always full during summers, filled with all the students. And I should say that it's a very student-friendly city. And even though it's very small, it's really nice that you bump into people. And we have about 50,000 inhabitants currently. And personally, the best thing about Passau is that it never makes you feel alone. It is a really small city, but there's always something or the other going on. There's so many events. There's DAAD, if you know, it's like a small version of Oktoberfest. There's also Fasching, which is like a carnival festival. And there's so many academic events, non-academic events, and so much more to do in Passau. And the other things are there is no tuition fees, and there is a very small semester fees that you need to pay. So you could save up a lot of money over there. And as it is a small city, the housing options are also pretty affordable. And we also have dormitories, around 4 dormitories. You could also apply there. If not, there's also the Weggegesucht app where you can also find your accommodation. And coming to career related stuff, we have a lot of career related workshops. So we provide like how to write your cover letters or how to write your come up with like good CV that is like in standard German CV, and how to do your interviews because it would all be so new. So we provide help with that. We also have Campus Meets Company, like a career fair. So all of that is like really good and a lot of more reasons why you should be studying in Passau.
Thank you, Ms. Piru. Apologies, I will have to interrupt. So, Ms. Hack, can you just go to the slide where we will find your contact details so we can have them later on? And with that, we will go to the Q&A session now. So I would like to give Ms. Piru one last word. So about studying in Germany in all. So what can you say as an international student there?
Uni Passau has made it like really easy for me to get into the system and learn the German bureaucracy, and our international support services has helped me a lot, and the process has been really smooth. It's very good to like know the language and learn the language because a lot of universities are like providing and integrating into their system. So, and be really open, and you'll have a good time in Germany.
Of course, they will
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you all for your interesting presentation. Thank you all for being with us, for presenting your study programs. I do invite our participants to rewatch later on the seminar or the online information session and contact the universities if they have further questions. You can also have their email addresses in the recording, and I will make sure to write them in the YouTube description. Okay, so that's it from my part. I would like also to pass an important information to all of the attendees that we will transfer your contact details to the universities so you can stay in contact with them directly. And of course, only the contact details of those who gave already their consent. Those who didn't, we will not. But feel free to contact the universities, get to know more about their study programs, and hopefully we will see you studying in one of them. And thank you all for attending, for your for giving us this time or this opportunity to get to know you through the questions, and for our guests to get to know them more and more about studying in Germany. Thank you all, and thank you to my colleague Sirin for her technical support. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
organizing.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.